Series on the Apostle Paul. Welcome to all to this new series on the Apostle Paul. You probably already know a few things about Paul, like his life was changed completely on the road to Damascus. You probably heard also that his first name was Saul of Tarsus. But there's so much more to know about his story. Not that many people in the early Christian church were more influential than Paul. So those are reasons for me to put this study together. Because as a Christian, first of all, I wanted to better understand his approach to sharing the gospel to people who opposed him, who wanted to keep the status quo of their century-old customs. Paul's teaching was very clear and simple. He said, salvation is through Jesus Christ alone. He said, no more work. Put your faith, your trust in Jesus, and that is sufficient for you to go to heaven. Some believed, but most got irritated and rejected the message of the gospel along with its messenger. But in spite of oppositions and beatings, trials and jail time, the Bible tells us that Paul managed to grow his faith and relationship with God. We may say, well, we live in a different time today, but one thing remains. As believers, God calls each and every one of us to share the gospel, and Paul's letters contain valuable instructions in doing so. So, why this study? A few more reasons. Because Paul is the first one to preach this mystery of how we get saved today. We call it the gospel of salvation. Would you be able to tell people where that gospel is found in the Bible? It's found in 1 Corinthians 15, verses 1 to 4. I did also this study because Paul bridged the Jewish and the Gentile divided worlds. He established churches that were composed of both Jews and Gentiles who became brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. Paul also wrote 13 letters of the 27 documents that make the New Testament. So this series will take you through his 30 plus years of traveling and laboring, pointing people to Jesus. And he did that one person at a time. So imagine if through our times of uncertainty or injustice today, us Christians were acting more like Paul, that is sharing out the message of the gospel every time we have a chance, one person at a time. Paul said faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the Word of God. So welcome again to this series, and thank you for watching. You don't want to miss this series about the Apostle Paul. God bless you all in a very special way.